Okay, let's start on the last one, number 16. I can see a quadratic pattern here. We've got a 4 and a 2. We need everything on the same side, so let's do that first. 4 sine to the 4th alpha minus 7 sine squared alpha plus 3 equals 0. We're going to let a this time equals sine squared alpha. So we get 4a squared minus 7a plus 3. And let's factor that to 4a minus 3. And how about a minus 1? So let's see if that worked. 4a squared minus 4a minus another 3a, that gives us a negative 7a. I'm foiling back, plus 3. So that's the right factor. So put sine squared alpha back in. So 4 sine squared alpha minus 3 equals 0. And sine squared alpha minus 1 equals 0. Okay, so this is sine squared alpha equals 3/4. So sine alpha is plus or minus the square root of 3 over 2. And between pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2, that's quadrant 2 and 3. So in quadrant 2, it would be 2 pi over 3. And in quadrant 3, it would be 5 pi over 3. Let's see. Pi over 3, 4 pi, not 5 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3. Okay, and that's that. And then sine squared alpha equals 1. This is sine alpha plus 1. Sine alpha minus 1. So we get sine alpha is plus or minus 1. And sine between, again, we're in quadrants 2 and 3. It is 1 at pi over 2. Sine is 1 at pi over 2. So we have 3 answers. Oh, wait. Let's see, it's also negative 1, so it has to be 3 pi over 2 too, also, because it's plus or minus 1. So it equals 1 at pi over 2 and negative 1 at 3 pi over 2. So here we go. Let's put it in order. Alpha is equal to pi over 2, pi over 3. Is it pi over 3? Pi over 3 is not in pi over 2 to 3, so it's not pi over 3. Get that out of there. 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, and 3 pi over 2. Okay, so that was number 16.